Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Adele, for the second time.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey, y'all. I forgot to press record again, but I caught it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And we are recording.
We're good to go.
We have behind the camera. Bing went back to college, so we have the DP, International Man of Mystery, behind the camera today, doing it to it. How are you, Adele?
I'm well. How are you?
Amazing.
Yeah. Trying to stay cool.
I'm just like sitting here trying to not wipe the sweat off my face.
It's hot.
AC's on 69.
It's hot. It's hard to even breathe outside.
Whew. Okay, what are you drinking?
I got some Michelob Ultra. Sipping on some beer so I don't get too trashed.
I'm drinking Redneck Riviera whiskey.
Nice. Got your water in it too? You still put the water in it?
Oh, yeah. No, these days it's more like mostly water with a splash of whiskey.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have you done the, I heard somebody telling you to try the vodka and water. Have you done that?
I have not.
Because I know you said vodka makes you...
vodka makes me not remember things.
Mm-hmm. And make other people do stuff.
Yeah, bring toilets downstairs, texting everybody the next day.
That's what Joey drinks is the vodka and water, and he'll put a splash of lemon.
Oh,
Lemon
nice.
juice.
Some people put the Mio things in it. Yeah. All right, you ready for a story?
I'm ready.
I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so excited.
Me too. I missed you.
It's been so long.
I know.
You were here when Tommy was here last, but you weren't mic'd.
Right, back in March.
Yes.
Yep.
So, we're going to 2012.
Okay.
Not that long ago in the whole grand scheme of things. What was going on in 2012? Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
No.
Hunger Games movie came out.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I read the books. And
I did too, I think. Yeah, I read the books.
There's
what, 3 or 4?
But they're coming out soon with a prequel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so anyway, Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, 2012. Yuck. And Encyclopedia Britannica suspended print edition.
I was about to say, haven't heard of them forever.
Well,
I mean, that's something I had as a kid, in my,
my
living room.
Stranger Things. Did you watch Stranger Things? Remember Joyce in the 4th season?
I don't think I watched the 4th season.
Phone sales for Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I remember that. They'd come to your front door.
Yeah, well, she was doing it over the phone. I guess if you bought it over the phone in the 80s, they mailed it to you. I don't know. But we're going to go to Isabella County, Michigan, which is in central Michigan. And the town is called Mount Pleasant. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? It's very rural. Lots of outdoor activities, rivers, trail, like we were just talking about earlier.
Camping.
Camping, canoeing.
Yeah. Whitewater rafting.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those small town situations where not a lot of crime. Halloween is a big time of the year, and that's when the story is going to happen.
Okay. 2012.
Yep. We're going to talk about 24-year-old Rebekah Gay, who lived in Mount Pleasant with her 3-year-old son, Conway.
Okay.
What a cute little name.
Yeah, Conway.
Makes me think of Conway Twitty. So Rebekah was a single mom, and everybody said that little Conway was like her life.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, y'all. My nose is itching so much.
Got sneeze?
I guess. Okay. Family and friends said she was a great mom. She adored him. She worked to support him.
Did you say how old?
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah. Conway's dad is Chad, and Rebecca's not with him anymore, but they have
amicable.
Yes, cordial.
Yeah.
They raise him, Conway together. No problems. Rebekah worked full time. I tried so hard to find. She worked at a store. Like, for some reason, to me, it seems like Dollar General would be the type situation. I don't know that at all. But that's what I picture in my mind. She worked full time, and one of her coworkers was named Andrea Bresser. She was not only her friend and coworker, but she was also the brother of Aaron, who was dating Rebekah.
The sister of Aaron.
I mean, the sister of Aaron.
Right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. One drink in.
Wait, of Aaron. Who is Aaron?
So Aaron and Andrea are brother and sister.
Okay.
Andrea works at the store,
With Rebekah.
and Aaron is dating Rebekah.
Got it. Okay.
All right. They've been dating about 2 years. So this is not some
New relationship yet. Cool.
Rebekah loved Halloween. I do too.
I do
know
too.
that.
Yeah.
My gosh. She loved decorating. She loved dressing up. She
It's
liked
the most fun holiday.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the costumes. Okay, anyway. She was really excited about decorating, and the store she worked at got a shipment of scarecrows in, and she bought a bunch of scarecrows to decorate her yard. That's going to come up later. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
So here we are, October 31st, 2012, Halloween morning. It was a Wednesday, I think.
I hate when Halloween's in the middle of the week.
Well,
Cannot stand it.
I know, because you just want to party hard.
Well, we always have a party or do something, right? And you
Yeah.
can't plan it.
No.
Right. Or even when the kids get out of school and they got to go trick-or-treating after school and then get up to go to school the next day.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
pain.
the part. It
Yeah.
should be November 1st should be a holiday.
Yeah.
That would be the best way to do it. Okay. So Andrea, her friend and coworker, wakes up to a phone call from the store manager. Store manager's like, Rebekah's a no-show.
On Halloween day.
Yeah, Halloween morning.
Got it.
And Andrea was like, Rebekah's never late. And if she's going to be 5 minutes late, she calls somebody.
Yeah.
So for her to just be a no-show, Andrea got a pit in her stomach.
Something's up.
Something, yeah. So Andrea hangs up with the store manager, calls her brother, Aaron.
Right. Who's
Hey,
her boyfriend.
Exactly.
Right?
Have you seen Rebekah? She didn't show up for work. He's like, I talked to her the night before, last night, but everything seemed fine. I haven't seen her. So Andrea calls the store manager back and's like, hey, can you go over to Rebekah's house and check on her? And he told her, I don't know where Rebekah lives. Which,
The store manager?
okay, look.
Don't you have to fill out an app? I mean,
That's exactly what I wrote
you
in
can
my
find that information. Just look it up.
Google much. No, I mean, this is 2012, so Google was around for sure.
Well, I mean, there's at least, documents, right? And she's got to fill out information.
Well, when he said that, I feel like he meant he didn't know which exact house because she lived in a big trailer park.
Yeah.
So Andrea goes, go to the trailer park, find the trailer with all the scarecrows in the yard.
So in his mind, he's like, I'm just not doing it.
Well, no, he did it.
He's just like,
Yeah. He's like,
nah,
no, I'm
bruh,
not doing that.
Nah, I'm busy.
But he did. He went and he found the one with all the decorations. He knocks on the door, no answer, tries the knob. It's locked. There's not much else he can do.
Right.
He can't break
Barge
into her
in,
house. So as he's leaving, he passes a local bar called the Barn Door.
Okay.
And Rebekah's car is in the parking lot.
I was going to say, he's like, ooh, let me stop and get a beer before I
Right.
go report that she's not answering her door.
But it's like early in the morning too.
Yeah.
I mean, her car's there, but it's not front and center. It's very strange because it's backed in to some trees all the way up to a fence line.
Okay. Like it was left or put there on purpose to hide. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The other thing that's strange is you could see this bar from Rebekah's trailer. It's
Okay.
maybe 300 yards.
Okay.
Okay. I'm doing the research and I'm like, why would she?
Leave her car right there.
Well, why would she drive there? Why
Right.
would she not just walk?
Right. They're hiding in her car.
If I could walk to Fred's, like if there was a sidewalk,
You'd walk.
I'd walk.
Yeah, of course.
My son is giving me the stank eye right now.
Maybe not today in 104 temperature.
I would do it in the winter.
Yeah.
That way I wouldn't have to drive home.
Or pass out from heat exhaustion.
Now he's saying, I need a microphone. You don't even walk to the mailbox.
Well, you don't want
and
to show up
say-
at Fred's like dripping wet, like sweating.
You gotta be
all
looking
nasty. You gotta look
good.
good. Right.
So store manager goes into the bar and talks to the owner of the bar.
Okay.
Talk about a small world. The owner of the bar is related to Rebekah's landlord, the person who owns the trailer that Rebekah rents the trailer from.
Okay.
And the landlord, so the bar owner called, hey, bro or cuz or
Yeah.
whoever he is, can you come unlock Rebekah's trailer?
Right.
So the store manager and the landlord, they walk through the trailer. Rebekah's not there. Her purse is there. She's not there.
At the trailer. Her purse is still there.
Yes.
Okay.
By this point, her friend Andrea has arrived at her trailer.
Yeah.
And Rebekah's mom's name is Sally.
Mm-hmm.
She's arrived at the trailer.
Okay.
They both knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
This wasn't adding up. She wouldn't leave.
Where's her little boy? With his dad? With Chad?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's where he is. So the police are called to the trailer park. They're asking friends and family that are on scene, neighbors.
Have you seen anything? Did you see her leave?
Yes.
When's the last time you saw her? Yeah.
So Rebekah's mom, Sally, is like, I talked to her last night around 10. Everything was fine. She was looking forward to taking Connor trick-or-treating with her boyfriend, Aaron. They were going to take him. So there's a detective checking out Rebekah's car. So you've got the people in the trailer park getting checked out and talked to.
Right.
You've got the detective over at the car. And he is wondering, like me, why would she even drive her car there?
Right.
She could have walked there. Police go in and talk to bar employees. They said they didn't see her at the bar
She
the
wasn't
night
even
before.
there.
Nope.
Right.
And when they left at closing time, her car wasn't even there.
Right.
Okay. So at this point, Rebekah is technically not considered a missing person.
Right. Isn't there a time frame?
Well, I think that varies depending on where you're located, but you always see on TV 24 hours, 48 hours.
Before you can even report it, right?
Yes.
Right.
And that's what the police are saying. They're like, we can't just bust into her trailer, which if the landlord's there and he as technically the owner of the trailer and he's giving him permission, why can't they go in? I don't know the answer to that. But they say, okay, she is supposed to pick up Conway at 4:30. If she doesn't show for that,
then she's missing.
then we will.
Right. Because that's her life.
Yes.
She wouldn't just not show up to pick it up.
Exactly.
Right.
So at 4:30, we will say she's missing. Then we can get search warrants and go into the house.
But the landlord was able to get in, right?
Yeah, because he has a key.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
No, police wouldn't
But
go
they
in.
couldn't go in to search stuff, right? Okay.
Don't understand that.
Yeah.
But they put someone at the pickup point to meet.
To watch?
Yeah. And they put somebody on her car to watch and see if anyone came back. Of course, someone's at her trailer.
Right.
So there's police stationed everywhere. And the time she was supposed to meet Chad to pick up Conway, she was a no-show. So
she's missing at this point.
yes.
Yeah.
And they get the search warrant and police are feeling like something happened to her.
Well, isn't there? And then there's also
mom and friend have been telling you.
Yeah,
something.
but that's what you said. Like, there's a definite 24-hour thing before they can do anything, right? Their hands are tied, right? There's only so much they can do.
And they didn't even wait 24 hours in this instance.
Right. And then there's also a theory or whatever, like after so many minutes or, hours or days or you might as well say they're just deceased at that point, right? Like there's a certain...
Yeah, especially when it comes to kids. I think they call it the golden hour or something like that.
It's terrible.
So her mom is thinking at this point she's been kidnapped, that Rebekah's been kidnapped. She's, of course, praying and hoping they find her. Police go into the house with the search warrant. They go into the car with the search warrant. The purse was there. Remember I told you?
Yep.
There's no phone. There's no wallet.
Just the purse.
No keys.
Some lip gloss.
Right. They also see what looked like a stain on the carpet that had been cleaned and a little hole in the wall near that. Like there had been a scuffle.
Yeah, like a fight. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're thinking foul play.
Mm-hmm.
And they consider her house now a crime scene. Over at the bar.
Yep.
The driver's seat was pushed back and Rebekah's
too big for her.
Yeah, she's a small woman. So they're like, this is suspicious.
Yeah.
They're still asking around. Does anybody know anything about her personal life? Have you seen anything? Well, you know.
And the bar doesn't have cameras or...
No,
okay.
if they did, they didn't.
They didn't, right.
Yeah, they didn't say that. I would assume if they did, they would have been able to
footage.
look.
Yeah. Man. So everybody's got cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I guess 2012.
Yeah.
It was so long ago.
11 years.
Yeah.
So Who do you think the first suspect is? Because
Aaron.
Yeah, because that's the normal.
Yeah. Or Chad.
Exactly.
Like maybe he's like, I want my kid all the time.
Right. Aaron, the boyfriend.
I don't want to pay child support.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
It could be any of those things. So Aaron is the first one that falls into the suspect pool because he's the current boyfriend.
Right.
They talk to him and he's like, I talked to her last night on the phone. Everything seemed fine. I don't know where she could be. I texted her this morning. I didn't get a response.
And why is he not at the trailer? You know, you'd think he would be like, you know, her mom and her sister showed up, and you would think he'd be there questioning. And I mean, what was he doing? Chilling?
Well, the police said that.
Going back to sleep after they called him that morning. Like,
I'm not worried.
Yeah, my alarm didn't go off yet, man.
Right.
Call me later.
Snooze.
And not concerned?
Well, the police said he seemed worried.
Yeah.
And he seemed distraught.
Okay.
So their gut feeling is he's not involved.
Okay.
All right. Next suspect on the list is the ex, Chad. That's Conway's dad. Mm-hmm. They had a good relationship.
Yeah. Right.
And they raised Conway together. And Chad told the authorities that they didn't have any issues. There was no issues between him and Rebekah. And he was irritated because he wanted to stop questioning me. I want to go out there and try to help find her.
Well, that's what I was saying about the
Aaron,
boyfriend.
yeah.
Right. Like, why is he not more...
Right.
You know?
Well, so the way it was supposed to go down that day, in the morning, Rebekah was supposed to bring Conway to Chad, and they meet like at a grocery store. I mean, a lot of people meet at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? She was going to bring him. Then after she got off work, they were going to meet again at the grocery store.
Which she missed.
And pick him up and take him trick-or-treating.
Right.
Okay, that was the plan. Mm-hmm. But Chad tells the police that instead of Rebekah bringing Conway to him that morning, a man named John White brought Conway to...
I'm going to tell you right now, no stranger that my baby daddy has not met will be bringing my child.
Well, when I first saw, I was like, who the fuck is John White?
Right.
Okay. Well, let me tell you who John White is.
What kind of name is John? That's so bland.
Yes.
It could be just anybody.
Yes. Well, John White is Rebekah's mom, Sally.
Yep.
That's her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. And
so did Chad know him? Had met him? Okay.
Yes.
So he's not so much a stranger.
No, he's not. I just threw him into the story.
Well, and my kid would have never been like, oh, cool, I'm going with this weird...
Well, you also remember Conway's 3.
Right.
At this point.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
I mean, he probably just does what the grown-ups in his life tell him to do.
True.
So, Sally and John had been in a relationship for 6 years.
Okay.
So
that's a good stint.
Yes, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And one of the places when I was doing my research, it said they were actually engaged.
Okay.
But they didn't live together. John White actually lived in the same trailer park as Rebekah. So it was very convenient that he could go over and help and drop Conway off with Chad.
Right.
Chad was expecting Rebekah, but he wasn't surprised when he saw John White drop the baby off.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't think anything was out of the ordinary. And of course, we know she didn't show up at 4:30 to pick him up.
So now he's like the third suspect.
Yeah.
Not yet.
We need to talk to John White. Yes.
Okay, so yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So John tells the police that a typical routine was that he would go over to Rebekah's house in the morning, watch Conway for a bit while she got ready and left for work. And then John would bring Conway to meet his dad, to go with his dad, just like I told you already.
Yep.
So police asked John when was the last time he saw Rebekah. Now, remember, this is Halloween morning. Mm-hmm. He says he got over to Rebekah's trailer that morning. The lights were on. He went in. He calls out, "Hey, I'm here." And she's in the bathroom and calling back to him. There's a blanket on the couch. Like,
his lunch is packed in the refrigerator. Yeah.
but I'm thinking this is suspicious because if I'm a mom and my kid's asleep, I'm not yelling. Like,
Right.
I'm going whisper, you know.
So Conway was asleep. Okay.
Yeah, he was asleep.
Okay.
Well, and her thing is like, if you want to rest on the couch until Conway gets up, you know, there's a blanket. Go lay down.
Or don't come so early. You live two trailers over.
So John tells the police that he didn't actually see her leave, or he didn't even actually see her because she was in the bathroom. He fell asleep on the couch. He thinks he heard her leave. You know how you're in that kind of awake, not awake. He said around 8 o'clock, Conway woke him up. And then he got Conway dressed and he let him wear his Halloween costume to go to his dad and brought him to his dad. Yeah. So while they're interviewing or interrogating John White in the police station, one of the detectives noticed that he has a cut on his nose and some scratches on his hands. And he's like, "Where'd you get that?"
He fell down the stairs.
No. Actually, he was working in his trailer on a shelf and the shelf fell on him.
I mean,
it's plausible.
That's plausible.
Well, they're like, "Okay, take us over there." So they go over to his trailer.
And his bookshelves are in perfect condition.
No. And there was really a shelf that had fallen.
Okay, all right.
So they're like, "Okay, he's telling us the truth." I mean, they got nothing on anybody right now.
Right.
So the police decide to look a little bit deeper into John's background. So what he currently does is he's a pastor of a smaller local church.
Okay.
Yes.
Random.
One of the church elders told the police that she was positive that John had nothing to do with Rebekah's disappearance.
Of course, his job is to sell the congregation
That's right.
his goodness.
His congregation loved him and his sermons.
They wouldn't go there if they didn't.
Right. But there's a lot of people in the community that said John was strange and he creeped them out.
They don't go to his church.
Right. I wouldn't either. So police are like, "Hey, John, do you think you could take a polygraph for us?" And he's like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. But Sally's like, remember that's...
Yeah, her mom.
Yeah.
His girl.
If you don't have anything to hide, just go take the polygraph and be done with it.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
So he agreed to do it.
Okay.
On the way driving to the polygraph test, John is talking to the detective or the cop that's driving him, and he's like expressing how concerned he is about taking the test. And the detective's like, "If you're innocent, then you should want the polygraph test because that'll clear you."
Right.
And John says, "Well, I have a criminal past."
Okay.
Do tell, John.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, didn't they research his background?
I guess not enough.
Yeah. Okay.
John had been arrested for attempted murder.
Wow.
And he had been in jail for 2 years when the case got thrown out.
Okay.
Yeah. But this would not come as a surprise to the church folk because they knew he had been in prison and that
this was his second chance.
Exactly.
And coming back.
Yes. Yes. So while they're taking him to the polygraph, they got some guys over at his place looking at his house and his vehicle. And one of the detectives looks in the back of John's truck, the bed of the truck. He sees a broken necklace and what appears to be blood.
Rebekah's?
Probably.
Okay.
Things aren't looking good.
Right. I wear necklaces, girls' necklaces all the time.
Yeah, I always have blood in the back of in the bed of my truck. So at this point in time, it's been about 12 hours since Rebekah was supposed to report to work. The police and the family are starting to wonder if she's even alive at this point. I mean, of course, they hope that she is.
Yeah.
But once they found that blood in the bed of John's truck, they felt like she probably wasn't alive anymore. And during the polygraph, it was obvious that John was being deceitful.
He was hiding something, yeah.
Yes. So they decided they need to interrogate John more and get a confession out of him. So it's at this point, it's around 3 a.m. on November 1st.
Okay.
So we're the next day at 3 a.m. Police won't let John go home because his house is being searched. police have him interrogation and they say, John, what do you think happened to Rebekah?
Yeah.
Like, what's your
theory?
Yeah. And he says, I think was abducted.
Okay.
They also showed John pictures of...
Not even like I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't even know, like, what would I answer if I was...
I mean, I don't know. Honest, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't have a theory.
I have no idea what happened to her.
Well, you can picture them sitting across from each other in interrogation, and they're like sliding the picture of his truck bed.
Yeah.
This looks like blood. And
right. Was she abducted in your truck?
he goes, yep, that looks like blood. You're right. And we found a necklace.
After the shelf hit me in my face, I climbed in the bed of my truck. I mean, come on, man.
He basically was like, I don't know how that stuff got there.
Yeah. Magic.
Come on, man.
Aliens.
So police are like, okay, well, tell us more about this attempted murder charge you had. We want to hear about that.
Yeah.
So John, who was 22 when this happened. So John's in his 50s at this point in life.
Okay.
He was 22 when this happened. He had a 17-year-old neighbor that he invited over to his house. Once he got her down into the basement.
Okay.
He stabbed her 14 times.
Attempted. Okay. Wow.
Because you know why? Because she survived.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been murder.
Murder, right?
And
jeez, this dude.
When he's telling the detectives this story, he goes into very gory detail about the stabbing and what was being said and what was being done. And the victim, when you talk to her today, she said while he's doing this, he told her she wasn't the first.
So, yeah.
Okay. So this happened in 1981, and well, he was convicted of that in 1981.
I was going to ask, you said 2 years?
He filed an appeal, and he was released after 2 years.
Jeez.
Yeah. 14 stabs.
How do you... I don't know.
2 years.
How do you get out?
That's what I'm saying. If I fucking did that, they would have me hanging the next day.
Right.
Or the electric chair, or the lethal injection, whatever the fuck it is. So, okay, that's the first thing. 14 years later, John White strikes again. And this time, it's a 26-year-old woman who went missing. And her last place of being seen was getting into his truck.
Basement.
His truck. I wonder if it was the same truck. No.
Yeah.
That's just blood from like 15 years. No. So he tells them she overdosed, he panicked, and he dumped her body in the woods.
Wow.
By the time they found her remains, there was no way to determine what the cause of death was.
So he didn't have to pay for it.
Well, he did plead guilty to involuntary manslaughter.
Okay.
And he served 12 years in prison.
Oh, wow. 12 years.
While he was
versus 2.
Yeah, yep.
Wow.
While he was in prison, he became a minister. That's it. Dalton, either they're criminals when they come out or they're preachers.
That's right.
All right. But just side note, I went and got my credentials online, and it literally takes 2 minutes to become an officiant if you want to, So his congregation knew that he had been in prison. They forgave him. They allowed him to be they wanted to give him a second chance.
Somebody to follow.
Yeah. During the search of John's trailer, police found zip ties. But come on, man. I got zip ties in my craft room.
Yeah.
They also found a rubber mallet, 55-gallon contractor trash bags.
Okay.
Still, you have all these things.
Sometimes, yeah.
Women's panties.
They found women's panties?
In the trash can.
Yeah, not everybody has that.
They were Victoria's Secret extra small, just Rebekah's size. Why does a minister have that in his trash can?
Right.
Okay. So
all signs lead to this guy, John White.
Yes, and the police are definitely thinking that the panties are Rebekah's panties. So they're still interrogating him while, they found this at his house.
Stuff,
yes.
Yeah.
One of the detectives says, come on, just tell us what happened. There's blood in her house that was obviously cleaned up. There's blood in your truck. Not to mention the fact that you just told us about 2 horrific crimes you were involved with. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know how the blood got there. I don't have a clue. And he finally says, I'm done talking.
So the polygraph,
It showed him he had deception.
Lying.
Yeah. Okay. So, he says, I'm done. I want a lawyer.
Yeah.
So they
have to lawyer up.
So they have to
let him go.
Leave it. Well, no, they have him in the interrogation room.
But they can't keep drilling him, right? Isn't that how
they
it works?
Cannot say
like
anything.
Once he says, I need a lawyer.
Yes.
He doesn't have to talk anymore.
But after a while, John White's like, hey, I want to talk to y'all.
Okay. He had a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
He felt better.
Yes. He's like, okay, I'm ready to talk. You're not you.
Yeah.
So he says, I have some information on Rebekah and I want to make a deal.
Oh, Lord.
His deal was no death penalty.
Okay.
He wanted to be segregated in prison. He didn't want to be with... Yeah.
This guy.
And then the last part of the deal was he wanted to call Sally, Rebekah's mom, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he called Sally and he told her that she was the love of his life, talking about Sally.
Yeah.
And he said, I love you and I'm so sorry. I can never fix it. I won't ever see you again. And then the call ended. And that was that. John White then told the police what happened.
Oh.
He said so this would have been the night before Halloween.
Right.
He drank 3 or 4 beers or 5 or 6, but no.
I mean, maybe 12.
I don't know. As a guy, I feel like 4 or 5 beers doesn't...
Not much.
No.
No.
But we're getting a shaking of the agreement, not much. So he's been having beer and watching porn.
Okay.
Normal guy
Normal
shit.
Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. Halloween.
But...
What are you dressing up as? Psycho killer?
Right. But the kind of porn he was watching was sex with dead bodies.
Oh.
Can you get that? Like, is that just there online?
I don't know, man.
Okay. So John went on to say he had been thinking about doing something with Rebekah for a while. Like a few weeks.
Planning it,
at least. Yeah.
In his head.
Come to find out, Rebekah admitted that she was uncomfortable around John.
Yeah.
And sometimes he freaked her out.
Signs.
But I don't feel like you should be letting your child go with someone.
No. To give him rides.
I'm not trying to victim blame. I'm just saying.
But was it a common thing? I mean, I know you said that Chad, the dad, was not surprised that it was John White.
It was very common.
But it did happen more than...
But her friend said she was becoming so freaked out by him that she was thinking about moving out of the trailer park.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to get away from him.
Yeah.
Okay. So Aaron, Rebekah's boyfriend, said that a couple weeks before this happened, she had gotten a perm in her hair. And ever since then, John had become even more obsessed with her.
Okay.
He would even go to her work.
Okay.
So...
The perms do it for her?
I guess.
I mean...
So after 5 beers... And necrophilia porn, is that right?
Yeah. And a perm.
He said he went over to her house and the door was unlocked.
Okay. And
he found her in the house and he attacked her and hit her with the rubber mallet that they found several times.
Zip tied her?
Well, during the struggle, she manages to get around and see his face and is like, I know who you are. You know, like, I'm going to tell people what you're doing. And at that point,
this is after he brought Conway?
No. This is the night before Halloween.
The night before.
Halloween.
I'm with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
His story he told the police was a lie.
Yeah.
About going there and taking a nap on the couch.
I'm with you. So he did it the night before.
Yeah. I mean, it could
then brought Conway the next morning.
It could be midnight, you know?
Yep, I'm with you.
So when she says, I know who you are, basically like, I'm going to report you, John gets a zip tie and puts it around her neck, tightens it as tight as he could go. And then he sat in a chair and waited for her to die.
It's like,
Then he dragged her to the kitchen, undressed her, and wanted to have sex with her.
Because she's dead.
And yes. And the detective's like, well, did you? And this part was really weird when I was watching it because he was like, I couldn't. In other words, he was saying he couldn't get an erection. And he couldn't have sex with her.
Yeah. Not that he couldn't because he cared about her. Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Because I have morals.
Yeah. Right.
So he said he couldn't. He said after that, he went to his house. He got towels, contractor bags. Mm-hmm. He put her in the bed of his truck, dumped her body into a ravine, goes back to the trailer park, cleans up her place.
Right.
Brings her car down to the bar.
Stupid.
Threw her phone in the trailer park dumpster. Mm-hmm. Then he goes back to her trailer again. He falls asleep on the couch. And Conway wakes him up around 8 a.m. Okay, this motherfucker.
Yeah. Wow.
So, John told the police where Rebekah's body was found, and they were able to locate it.
Okay.
It was where he had dumped her in the ravine.
Yeah.
Rebekah's mom, of course, wanted to kill John.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine you bring someone into your life?
No, I cannot. Mm-mm.
That actually winds up killing one of your children.
That you spend, she's like with him all the time.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody could understand this.
No. I'm glad she had that feeling though, because there's so many that I've watched before, like stories you've heard where the mom doesn't even care, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're with this person regardless. Like they sense something or whatever, and they're still with this person.
Well, she wanted to kill him. And the medical examiner did say that she was raped by John White.
So, okay.
So he was lying about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Does that change his sentence? I mean, why would he lie about that part? I mean...
Well, you remember he said, I'll talk to you, but I want a deal.
Yeah.
Basically, it was going to be probably the death sentence.
Right. That would change his outcome, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's going to be life.
Right.
You know, or whatever. He pled to. We're going to get there.
Okay.
So, in March of 2013, so this happened in October 20. Yeah. John pled guilty. During the court proceeding, Sally gave a victim impact statement that included how John posed to be a pastor and minister of the Lord, and he was basically duping everybody. He didn't show any remorse, and he was sentenced to 56 years in prison.
Good.
Now, he's 55 when this happened, so that's pretty much life. 4 months later, he hanged himself, or hung himself.
So he got...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in prison.
So he got away.
He did.
Yeah.
Aaron had already purchased a ring to propose to Rebekah.
That's terrible.
I know.
That's awful.
So sad.
Yeah.
So Aaron had nothing to do with it, obviously.
Yeah.
So I watched a show called Homicide for the Holidays.
Well, I was going to ask, where did you see this initial one?
What you mean?
The story, the Rebekah.
Yeah. Homicide for the Holidays.
Oh, this is it. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
On NBC.com.
Okay.
Season 4, episode 6. So.
Yeah.
That is this sad story about Rebekah Gay.
It's terrible.
Yes.
Can't trust anybody.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you some funny shit now.
Okay.
Okay. So I have this dumb laws list that I pulled up.
Okay.
And we're going in alphabetical order by state. I've already done Alabama.
Okay.
So do you want to hear Alaska or Arizona? Alaska is technically next, but there aren't a whole lot of them.
So you've already done Alabama. Man.
Alaska's next.
Let's do Alaska.
Alabama had a lot of dumb laws.
Okay.
Even though this is Alaska.
Alaska probably has some good ones.
Even though it is legal to hunt a bear, it is illegal to wake a bear and take a picture of the bear.
So as you're hunting them, you cannot wake it or take a picture with it first.
No photo ops.
You can kill it.
No bear photo ops. Okay. In Alaska, it is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting.
What?
Yes.
What? Where did this come from?
These are actual dumb
Well,
laws.
laws come from somewhere, right? Like,
yes.
Why would that?
Someone probably
Whispered in somebody's ear while they were moose hunting and...
Smack that dog right there. He's chewing on my pillow.
No.
Okay. It is considered an offense to push a live moose out of a moving airplane.
Naturally.
Okay. Kangaroos, which I didn't even like.
In Alaska?
Yes. They're not allowed in barbershops at any time.
Or in Alaska at all. Like, why would you have a kangaroo in Alaska?
And the final one I'm going to tell you, which they must have a lot of moose there.
Yeah.
Because this one is also involving a moose.
Meese?
Meeses may not be viewed from an airplane.
What?
Close your eyes if you're in a plane and you see a pack of moose.
But they can't be on airplanes either.
No, they cannot be pushed out of a moving airplane.
Well, right.
Okay.
So they can be on the airplane, but they can't be pushed out. I'm with you. All right.
Arizona.
Makes total sense.
Since Alaska didn't have that many dumb laws, I'm going to tell you Arizona. Okay. Donkeys cannot sleep in bathtubs.
Just in Arizona.
Yes.
What the fuck?
In Glendale, Arizona, cars may not be driven in reverse.
What?
How the fuck do you get out of your driveway in the morning?
That's a law?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hunting camel is prohibited.
There's camel.
I mean, Arizona's hot and sandy. Yeah.
Okay.
It is illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one missing visible tooth when smiling.
Whoa.
I don't understand that one.
Yeah.
To have less than one missing tooth.
So if you're just walking down the street.
But wouldn't that mean
you can't have any missing teeth?
Right.
You can't smile if you're missing teeth?
Right. Or it sounds like you shouldn't smile, period, because you have all your teeth. I don't know. Okay. It is unlawful to refuse a person a glass of water. I mean, it's a hot state.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. No water for you.
The water Nazi. Okay. In Mojave County, they have a decree that declares anyone caught stealing soap must wash with it until it is all used up.
Is there a soap stealing problem?
I'm assuming at some point in time in history in Mojave County,
they had a rampant soap stealing epidemic.
Bitches just be stealing all the soap. I picture it the old, like, Wild West times.
Yeah.
Where you were stinky and maybe got a bath once a week if you were lucky.
Go steal some soap.
But then if you steal it, what kind of punishment is that to make you continuously wash?
Use it. Yeah.
You wanted to wash to begin with. That's why you stole
that's the whole purpose. Wow.
I'm just trying to do.
You need to get years on them.
No, I don't have years.
You know what I mean? Like when these laws were established.
Yes, I do not have years.
That's the crazy thing too. Is like this is a really good piece that you're doing with the laws because they still exist.
Of course,
right? They
may not be enforced per se,
but they're still laws of the state. That's funny.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Arkansas.
Ooh.
Our neighbors to the north.
Yes.
Okay. A law provides that school teachers who bob their hair will not get a raise. I'm assuming.
Yeah, the bob cut.
Yeah, short. That's got to be a really old one.
Yeah.
Again, remember how in Arizona you can't have a donkey in a bathtub?
Yep.
Well, in Arkansas,
can't sleep in a bathtub.
That's right. But in Arkansas, you can't have an alligator in a bathtub, period, whether he's asleep or awake.
Okay.
And in Arkansas, it is illegal to buy or sell blue light bulbs.
What?
Don't know.
I don't understand. Yeah, that doesn't. Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
So, a little something to lighten the mood.
That's cool.
There
I
at
like
the
that.
end.
I like how you added those.
Yeah.
I got to catch up.
What do you think of those stories there?
Yeah,
Story was shitty.
No, that's what I was telling you though. Sometimes I have to take a break from the darkness, right? From listening to your stories because they're just so dark, and it's like I was saying, you can't trust anybody. You think that somebody who's with your mom, you could
for
trust
6 years.
6 years. Yeah. This is awful. Awful. People are thinking some evil.
So think about it. He was dating her mom since she was 18.
Yeah.
So.
Terrible.
He was around when the kid, Conway, the little baby, was born.
Yeah.
He was like grandpa.
It's awful.
You know. Dalton, thank you for doing our camera switching. And Adele, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And doing this.
I just like to hang out.
Good. We're going to go hang out and have some drinks and some food.
And sweat.
And sweat.
It is so hot.
Did you bring your swimsuit?
I did not.
Okay. Well, we'll stay in the shade.
Just look at the pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to. I don't think I brought my phone in here. Randy Richard Patreon. Randy, I am going to get your information, I swear, and give it out. I also wanted to show y'all this.
You got some bullets?
Yeah, I have some. This is a 22 because we talk about how 22s are cheap. This that I'm about to show you in comparison is a 44. Dalton, is this the bear killer? Yeah. So I don't know if y'all can see it. Doing a little show and tell here. 22, 44 bear killer. Look at that.
Yeah. Big bullets.
This is literally,
yeah.
We'll take down a bear.
Mm-hmm.
But we did see some online that that would take down a buffalo or a bison.
Jeez.
Yeah. Or an elephant. So we saw those. Okay, that was a little show and tell. Patreon. Adele is a member.
Yes, indeed.
And if y'all want to join Adele in that, go to patreon.com/grits. If you want to bring him to me, I'll put him on camera. We have a mascot. This is Duke.
He's precious.
Oh, God. Duke. This is my little long-haired chihuahua, Duke. He's a mascot. All right. Get down there, buddy. Okay. He's been running around in here while we've been recording. Okay, guys. We love y'all. And tell your mom and him to listen. And we're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.